Okay. My name is Justin Perkins, and this is my son.
I'll give you a kiss.
No. What's your name?
Ryder Perkins.
Ryder Perkins.
And I'm going to be the director of NES Quest.
Okay, this is our first episode of our new channel, NES Quest 679. What Ryder and I are going to try to do is obtain all of the original released NES games.
And one is a new one.
From North America. We're going to try to get everything that was released in North America. So, and the NES stands for the Nintendo Entertainment System. So, we're going to try to get all these NES games. Now, the Nintendo Entertainment System was an 8-bit system. It was released on
October 18th, 1985.
So, it was released in 85. I was born in August of 82, so I'm older than the NES. But Ryder was born
on May 31st.
No.
I'm pretending.
We can't pretend, though, because we got to be for real.
January 11th, 2011.
Okay, he was born January 11th, 2011.
I just wish I was born.
He was born in 2011. I was born in 82. The NES was born in 85. It was in production from October 1985 until August of 1995. So it was in production for over 10 years. And it was actually, they were still making NES games after they had already started making the Super NES. So they were still making NES games while they were making some Super NES games, which is kind of odd. And that's also what makes some of the games hard. If I'm not mistaken, Little Samson was released towards the end of that run, so a lot of people weren't buying games, so there wasn't very many of them. But we'll get into some of those games later. When the NES was released, it sold over 61 million units worldwide, so there's over 61 million Nintendo Entertainment Systems worldwide. I think that some of those are counted as Famicom systems, but in the Americas, it sold 34 million units through those 10 years. For the system, there was actually 714 licensed Nintendo games released. They're the black games, Timco or whatever they are. Those aren't actually licensed games. So I believe there's about 714 licensed games, but that is counting the Japanese releases and all of those.
I want that.
I do too. But in North America, which is what we're focusing on, there were 679 games released. So that's why it's called NES Quest 679. We're going to try to get an entire North American set. Try. And anybody that's ever tried knows why I put an emphasis on try. There's about 3 games that could be a challenge. Well, there's a lot that could be a challenge, but there's 3 that are really hard. The thing is, we're not starting with a huge collection. We're starting with about 15 games, and we're going from there. So this is episode 1. We're going to document it from now until we get all the games, and it's going to be a slow process because we're just going to get them here and there when we can in a couple weeks. But we have a couple to start off with. So let's start. Let's tell them what we got. Let's start with what we've got for the NES so far. So the first game we have for the NES
is Super Mario and Duck Hunt.
Yes.
And we have the Nintendo's on it.
This is what come with a lot of the actual NESs when they come in, like, you know how we got a bundle, like when we got the Wii, it came with Splatoon and
Smash Brothers.
Okay, and it was built on. Well, this was kind of what came in those bundles with the first NESs, was the Duck Hunt, Mario, and then some of them had the Duck Hunt, Mario, and the track and field games built in.
I can see it.
But there's a lot of variations that count as different games.
Hey.
So the next game we have is a variation off of that game.
It's Super Mario Bros. See, you want to see the difference of them?
Yeah, show them the difference.
This is the Duck Hunt version, and this the Mario and Duck Hunt version, and this is just the normal version.
Yeah. So there's like I said, there's another version of this still. So that's 2 of the games. We do not have Super Mario 2 yet, but we do have.
We'll get it.
Yes, we do have this game.
He's just like, I'm not a fan of Mario 2.
We have Super Mario 3. So
I'm
that's 3 of our games, and the first 3 games are Mario games. Our
And
4th game, we
Tetris again.
just picked this up, and
I
this
just
is not
wanted to try it.
it's not been cleaned or anything.
I just wanted to try it.
And so we have Dr. Mario.
I wanted to try it.
Here is a separate cart of Duck Hunt.
And they're same as like Mario Bros.
Yeah.
The differences.
Yeah, so we have the 3 variations on that. Like I said, there's another variation that has Duck Hunt, Super Mario, and the Olympic or the track and field events.
I really want Mario Bros. The Olympic Games Rio 2016.
Yes, we have NFL play action football. We have Skate or Die.
One of Daddy's favorite games.
Yes, I do like Skate or Die. We have
This game.
NFL football.
I don't know what that is. I don't know about the football.
We have Top Gun.
And that I don't know why.
We have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That one of Daddy's favorite cartoons.
It was a great cartoon. We have Super Glove Ball.
They have something up here.
According to, let's see, we have Yoshi.
Yoshi?
We have Nintendo Golf, one of the black box games. I'm interested in trying to get a lot of these first.
Oops, I just did.
It's okay. Just let's sit right there. Then we have one of Ryder's favorite games,
I just don't know how we.
Karate Champ.
And that's just get confusing how it's karate
Now-
chop and champ.
I have an app, and at the end of this video, I'm going to sit and go through the app. I'm using the app to kind of track our progress, and according to it, let me see. It gives us kind of a breakdown. Again, I'll do a screen capture and show you this. But according to it, our most rare and our most valuable game in our current collection is Balloon Fight. So we have Balloon Fight.
And the next game is very.
Now, so this is what we have. See, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We have 15 games. That's what we're starting with. So we have 15, and Retro Collect is the thing. We have 15 of the 800. Actually, this lists 845 games.
I got something to tell you.
So we have 50, but we're looking for 679, and we have 15 of those 679 games. So that's kind of where we are. We're wanting to get all 679 North American releases, and we have 15 of them. So that's our start. So what we're going to do is, the first thing we're going to do, obviously, is get the common games. If a rare game pops up, you know, we will obviously make that move to get the game. But we want to start with the common games. So on weekends, we're going to go to our local game stores. We're going to go to.
Do I look funny?
What's good? You look very funny. What's your favorite local game store to go to?
Hobgoblin.
And what's the one in Hazard that you like so good?
Monkey Punches.
Monkey Punches. So, Monkey Punches
Well,
is.
Walmart is okay. It's just not
Well, they don't do classic NES games. So, Monkey Punches is where we do most of our shopping.
And
So
you might notice I'm wearing the Mario pants.
yeah, we'll go there, try to pick up the common games and get the stuff that's easier to find and work our way up that list. Now,
I can't do a magic trick, but you want to see something cool?
what? Wow. In order to get all 679 games, there are some games that are really hard to find and are really expensive. They are going to be the last games we get. And, I mean, stadium events, less than 200 of those released, I believe. Less than 10 known boxes in the world, I think. That's not a lot. Stadium events can go for around $8,000 a copy. So that'll be the last game we try to get if we get the event.
I hope we get that game.
Little Samson runs around $1,000 and up. It would be the second hardest. The Flintstones, which surprised me, is the third hardest to find.
I really want it.
I believe it may have come late in that run, like Little Samson. It's about 800 and up. Panic Restaurant will run about 500 and up. Bonk's Adventure will run.
Panic Restaurant?
Panic Restaurant Bonk's Adventure will run about $400 and up.
Bonk's Adventure. And Power Blade.
Power Blade 2 will run about $400 and up.
What's Power Blade 2?
Zombie Nation will run about $370 and
What's
up.
Zombie Nation?
I've not played Zombie Nation. And Dragon Fighter will run about $300 and up.
What about Nintendo NES World thing or whatever it's called?
NES World Championship, the Gold Edition, and NES World Championship,
it came out,
and Campus Challenge. Those three will not count in the total of $679. They were not produced for sale. The NES World Championship Gold and NES World Championship carts were only produced for that actual event for the NES World Championships.
Ta-da!
And so we won't. They're not even on our list to try to get.
Ta-da!
So we're 15
I'm being
in.
silly today.
I know you're being very silly. We're 15 games in. Out of the 679, we've got our app called Retro Collect. We have 1.78% of the 845, which we're not going for. Our current collection is worth about $115, and we've got a ways to go. So
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble, gobble. And this is our first video.
Poopy.
This is our first video just to introduce our page. Sometimes I'll be on the videos by myself, maybe if we don't have time. Sometimes Ryder may do them by himself. Most of the time we'll do them together. But that's all this channel will be, is us trying to get the 679 North American release games. Well, we done that on our gaming channel because it's not an actual NES release. So, thank you for watching the first episode, and hopefully, next time we see you, we'll have more games to add. So from here on out, we will only do a video when we come up with a new game to add to the collection.
Whoa,
so, what do we need them to do?
Like and subscribe.
Yes.
NES Quest.
We need you to get on our YouTube page, NES Quest 679, and like and subscribe, and leave any comments in the comments. And we've got one question for you. What was the first NES game we put out? Leave a comments below. Hold on, do it again so they could understand it a little better. What was the question you wanted to ask them? What was the first NES game that you would you get? What would be the first game you would get to start your collection? And leave a comments down below, and if you want to see our fingers, just make sure you leave a thumbs up if you want to see a finger fight. Finger fight for a thumbs up? Finger fight this hand. You can't. All right, tell them bye and thanks and subscribe. Bye-bye. I'll see you next time. Bye. Okay, this is our app that we're using to track our game collection, what we've got. It shows a different number. It shows the 800 number. We're looking for the 679, just the North American releases. It's an app called Retro Collect, and you see it goes through. This is all the games we've got: Skater Die, Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario's Duck Hunt, all the way down to Yoshi. It's got the 15 games we've got and got them in alphabetical order, so we can access that part of it. Then it'll go to this screen. The 1.78% is showing of the original 800 and some. That's just ignore that. It's got a collection value, and it showed our most rare again, being Balloon Fight of everything we have. Scrolling through, there's American Gladiators, Arch Rivals. These are all games we still lack and have to get. The Sesame Street games. Let's see, let's go down and look for something. And it'll also give you a lot of information about these games. So let's go down and look at, say, stadium events. There are stadium events. Here's some current eBay prices and stuff. You know, you're looking at a cart for around, there's a message popped up, a cart for around $9,000. It's got some different things, you know, eBay prices and stuff like that. So that's kind of just gives you, here's something like Super Mario Brothers, Tetris World Cup. So there's a lot of different things on here. There's no box art yet available for this one. It runs about $10 for the cart.